Takes a second to do this on Restream. I make sure I go live on Facebook and YouTube. So bear with me. Updating the name. There we go. All right. All right, guys. So I'm going to go through today the new knowledge base feature that they just enabled it this past week. So what it means is that for your different bots in HighLevel, you can have different brains, different memories. So for instance, in my company, we've got a small business side and then we have an agency side. Totally different set of pricing, totally different set of information that I want the bot to be answering with. And if I've got them mixed together, the bot's really going to have a hard time handling those clients without giving them the wrong info. So that's a really good example for why you would use two different knowledge bases. Um, and I'm going to take it a step back and just give you guys a little clarity on what I really like about the conversational AI and what it is. So if you go into AI agents here, and I was telling you all a second ago that I used to do third-party integrated AI systems. So I would use Air, Bland, and Vappy for AI voice. I would use Zappy Chat, Closebot, and WooSender for, not at the same time. I progressed through those with third-party integration for texting systems, like for all the different text-based communication channels in HighLevel. Now it's all in one house. And I have to say, especially for the conversational AIs referring to all the text-based channels, it is much better than any of the third-party integrations that you can use. The reason I say that is if you're using Zappy Chat or any type of third-party system, the AI cannot see messages that go out through workflow. So like, lots of instructions you send the customer, the AI is going to have no idea about. Or if the customer replies, they might not know what it's replying to. Also, if you send out a manual message, the AI couldn't see that either. And so now with the conversational AI in HighLevel, it can see everything. And you can even in the conversation view, and I'll show this, you can get a really clear look at exactly why it made the decision it made and fine tune it as you go. So there, there are two places you can set up conversational AI, and I'm going to explain the difference. These knowledge bases right now, um, they apply to when you set up agents in here, not in workflow. So I'm going to show you two different examples real quick. That's a nice WhatsApp. So this is how we set it up. It gives you a little more control. This is like the more advanced AI setup. And so when a customer replies, this just covers these two channels. Um, we do it in workflow so we can get granular and then have like different a different response if they're a client, as you guys can see here. So we've branched it out. Now the course on how we set it up is one of the bonuses you guys can get with affiliation. But there's two layers, two levels to it. We've got a simple setup that you can do in 4 minutes, and in 4 minutes, just from your website, your AI can be answering questions on every single channel and booking appointments. And then we've got what we call our deep AI setup, which is what you're seeing here, and that's where we go into being able to handle all types of scenarios. So client scenario versus non-client, and then all the different things that fall within those. So you can get really specific. And I know they're going to add the ability to link a knowledge base in here soon, but you can't do it yet. So this is going to benefit not as much the people that are using my deep AI setup, but I'm sure it will soon. I'm sure they're just going to add it in here. But for now, it benefits people that are on the base setup, which is just a quick 4 minute setup. You got somebody else want to let in here, I think. There it is. What's up, Jerry? You guys can definitely talk.
Are you sharing your screen or something? Because I can't see anything.
I'm glad you told me that. Here we go. Very glad you said that, my man. I hadn't really shown much, but I'm going to go back and show it again. So I was just showing this is our deep AI setup. And this is what you have to do if you want to be able to control, like have a different type of response for a client versus a non-client. And so when a message comes in, we're just using the message reply trigger, and we determine the reply channel. And then we go in here and look, are they client or non-client? And then we have all the scenarios for a client. And so you can add a new scenario. So like for instance, a deep AI setup like this allows you to add a scenario for, let's say, clients they don't have their onboarding form. So we say they sent us a message and they're a client because they have the client tag. Well, then I'm going to look for another tag that's, if they are missing the onboarding tag, reply and ask them for the onboarding details and like send them the link again. So you can add scenarios in there that can help you get a lot more done. The basic AI setup is what the knowledge bases are for, and that's in here. So I hope now that you're seeing it, it makes a little more sense. You've got the deep AI setup, which you do in workflow. And the other thing I didn't say again, now that I'm showing my screen, is that you can't add knowledge bases in these AI bot configurations. It's kind of like a fresh bot configuration in every part of the conversation. But you can add knowledge bases in the basic AI setup. And so this basic AI setup can cover all of your channels and be ready to go in minutes. And I'm sure it's only a week or two away from them adding the ability to choose a knowledge base in those conversation workflow steps. But for now, you can just do them right in here. And you can create a new knowledge base. Say test. And you've got a few options for how you can populate it. The example I had given earlier is for my business, I've got a small business side and an agency white label, so fulfillment side. And the type of questions that I'd be asked are very, very different. The pricing is different. And so I want to make sure that I don't send the wrong pricing to the wrong type of client. And that's a great example for why you want to keep the knowledge bases totally separate. So for me, I keep all of my information updated on my website, and I use that as, in a way, that's my knowledge base. And so in this scenario, I'd say, hey, I want you to grab my small business side. Let me look at this. Um, so I'd send it to this page. You can send it, you'll get the data. And you can also add, manual questions, Q&A here. And then you can also, I don't know if you can do this yet, upload files is coming soon. There's a few ways to create the base. And then once you've created it, you can link it to a bot. Now I'm going to go through the whole setup. I may as well and show you guys just how you set up full conversational AI. And this is just for your basic system. Just do appointment booking, demo. Full autopilot's going to respond for you. Suggestive, if you're on the desktop version, it'll show you options. You just tap the reply you want to send. But I like full autopilot. You can test it out there once you get it ready. It's going to by default use the agency name or use the sub account name as the business name. So I don't need to change that. And then you can even determine like how long to wait before responding. I like to have this limit of 10 for maximum messages a bot can send, because if someone is going back and forth with my AI for more than 10 times, like you probably just need to step in. Um, it's just too long of there's no need for that kind of conversation to be happening, and you don't want to use all your text messages and all of your AI tokens. And then I also send it to sleep if I send a message manually for 2 hours. So you can go and add all your channels. You'll notice email is not in here. One of the things that's in my supercharged AI employee snapshot, which is the one I released on my masterclass, we have a workflow that will enable AI responses through email too. So that's one of the bonuses I'm going to cover in just a bit. That's it. Save. Bot training. This is where you add the knowledge base. Can't see what I'm looking at. Test. Pulls it up right there. And then it's actually going to fill this by default. So if you want to change this, you can ask AI to create a different prompt, but this is going to work just fine. And that plus the knowledge base is all you need. So you can do appointment booking. Some people like to send a link instead of having it offer times. I think that's actually better. In most cases, people would prefer to just click and choose their time than having to go back and forth and ask, like what's on the calendar. People would rather just look at it. In my experience, and that's it. So you can test it and go live. This is really nice for fine tuning. So you can test it right there while you're working. Like there's something else I wanted to show you guys. They just added this dashboard too, where you can check on how it's working. You can see like the sentiment and everything in here once it actually loads up some data. So it gives you a lot of information to know how much time you're saving, and it's a good thing to be able to show clients. And so, guys, if you guys want to ask any questions, go ahead about this, and then I'm going to jump into the bonuses with affiliation. Who in here has set up a conversational AI on their own before? Have you guys ever done it, or did you come here for your first step? Let me see. I'm assuming it's probably everybody's first time. Um, and if you guys have questions, feel free to come off mute and share them. Thanks again, Jerry, for letting me know to share my screen. I'm going to cover our bonuses with affiliation quickly. And then if anybody is interested in having the conversational AI set up or having my team help with anything, you can book a one-on-one time. So I'm going to drop a few links here. This one, and then Rob's personal calendar. So there are 300 people that are certified by Go High Level out of 2 million users across the 60,000 agencies. I was the 80th to get certified. I think I'm the only one of those 80 who's been on a master class. Mine was focused in high level. I've got a big fulfillment team, and I've taken three of my own companies, 6 figures a month in high level. So we're very good at it. I've developed some software for the app marketplace that you guys get if you sign up through my link. But all of my coaching sessions, snapshots, courses, all of that is basically free if you just upgrade through my link. If you already have Go High Level, or you can use my code for AI employee. Um, we've got courses that are focused on integrating outbound AI voice, and then courses that are focused on purely just what's native inside of high level. So we can help you with whatever you want, whether it's do it yourself or done for you. And one of our apps, one of the apps I developed, is really helpful for outbound voice. And I think my man, what was his name? Tristan, you were specifically asking about that. So, Tristan, when you finish an AI call on outbound, what happens after that is it sends a post call transcript in a webhook. You can receive that in high level. I like to receive it in Zapier or Make, so I can use a higher powered AI to analyze that conversation. It's also cheaper. So in Zapier or Make, you've got this transcript, but now the question is, once you extract, you can have AI extract what's the meeting time, put it in the right format. But how do you book the appointment in high level? And that's the original reason why I developed an app for Zapier and Make, that will allow you to do that. And that's one of the things you get when you sign up through my link. And I'm going to show you guys a little graphic that covers all the actions it has. And then I'll mention all the other bonuses that you guys can get right here. I'm going to share my screen again where Jerry tells me. All right. And thank you so much, Jerry, for letting me know, bro. If I had gone on much longer, that would have been a shame. All right. So this is how much better our apps are than just using Lead Connector. If you guys have ever used Zapier with Go High Level, then you probably use the Lead Connector app. Go High Level gives you one by default, but it's only got about 6 actions, and it's literally just like 6 of these. And so if you want to be able to take AI inside of Zapier or Make and analyze a conversation with a really high powered AI and then take all sorts of actions, pretty much any action across your system, this is what this lets you do. And so my stack is designed for AI agencies. I focus heavily on just the basics, website SEO and paid ads. That's the bread and butter. But we are equipped to pretty much automate any type of role that can be done over a phone or a computer with HighLevel, and then everything else that you can do in Zapier or Make. HighLevel can already do a lot, but once you explode the potential with this thing, there's really not much you can't do. So that is one of the bonuses you get. I'm going to share my screen again, and one of the links that I sent you all takes you to this page where we've got my bonuses for affiliation. So the one thing that's not on here are those apps, and I need to just go back in there and add it. If you don't already have Go HighLevel, you can get a 30-day trial through my link. You can get a discount if you want to upgrade to the $500 plan. And then an important caveat about that app that I just showed you guys, um, the reason it has so many more actions is because it's built on the 2.0 API. So it's the new advanced API for HighLevel, and it's got way more actions. So you do have to be on the 497 plan to be able to use that. And so if you're not on the 497 and you want to be able to use the Zapier or Make applications, then this is the right place to go. And we are developing another one for N8N. N8N is by far the cheapest option for autumn integration apps. Zapier is probably the most expensive, and then HighLevel's premium actions is they're much harder to use direct webhooks, but a little cheaper than Zapier. And then Make is a little more difficult to use, but easier than just webhooks. I don't know if you guys even know what webhooks are, but basically, like I was describing to Tristan, when you finish an AI call, it's going to send a little packet of information with a call transcript. And that's a webhook. It's just a packet of information sent from one web app to another. And what Zapier and Make do is they cover up the code and they make it just easy for anyone to understand. They kind of they map out the signals that are getting sent. So we've got courses on setting up all these kinds of things. I've got 11,000 members in the community. You guys are all actually members, but you get access to a private channel for clients when you get affiliated. You get my snapshots and courses, and this is really the new client session where I do a training, meet you guys an hour before this, and I do this every single Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then newcomers come at 2 p.m. So on that 1 p.m. session, I've got DIY clients and done for you clients, and I help them with whatever they need. So it's just like, hey, what can I help you with today? And whether it's a technical issue or whether they want coaching or sales training, I do all that. When I was at web.com, which was the biggest digital marketing firm in the world at the time, I was the number one rep in my second month and was President's Club my first year. So I'm very good at inside sales. And right now I'm doing a training series on inside sales, like how to prospect for yourself, for your agency, and just make money cold calling. When I worked at the call center, I would get maybe like when I broke the all-time sales record the month before I quit, I got 7,500 monthly recurring, but they paid me like a 2K base plus that 7,500 just one time. And so with HighLevel now, I'm delivering all the same services that I was selling back then, but I'm delivering them better, and I get to keep the recurring. So just this in April, I did 8,500 MRR just myself, cold calling, and then through these events I do, which is anyone who I ever cold called is getting hit with these texts too, and then all of you guys, most of you probably came from paid ads that I did in the past year. So here's the community. I just wanted to give you guys a look to show you the courses and how well they're put together. Snapshots in here, along with anything you could need. Now, this is the native HighLevel setup. For you, Tristan, you'd probably want to get into this one right here. That's the one
Okay.
that's going to have.
Oh, quick question. So for this community, is this the paid community here?
All you have to do is get affiliated. So you can either upgrade your HighLevel account. But yeah, this is the restricted section of the community. You can upgrade your HighLevel. You can start a new agency and then migrate your stuff if you don't have a lot, or you can use my code for AI employee. So AI employee, it doesn't cost you anymore to use my code. Do you guys all know what AI employee is? Or should I show
Yeah.
that real quick?
Yeah,
So
and
like unlimited AI employee.
sorry.
Familiar?
Yeah, I am. Quick question though. So I have like on in one of my main agency account, we have like over 100 clients in it. So it'd be kind of hard to
Yeah,
migrate all of that stuff.
definitely not. Congratulations, and no, definitely don't migrate.
Okay, yeah. So
Um,
I just want to know how I can get access to this stuff or what I should
yeah,
need to do that.
this is what you'll do. This is gonna be the easiest thing for you, and you're on the 497 plan, correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right. Well, this is where you go. So you'll just do. Hopefully, you haven't done this with anybody else yet, but you just go to your agency settings, AI employee. You go to manager offer, and there's this spot where you put my code. And so what this does, as you see, HighLevel charges you 97 every time an account goes unlimited. And you know, when you look at other AI voice platforms, it's pretty crazy that they'll give you unlimited inbound voice and HighLevel for 97 a month. So these are the normal prices. I've got a markup on here, but these are
Mhm.
all the like AI features in HighLevel. And you get unlimited of all of these when you go unlimited. So you're going to want to mark up your clients so that they want to go unlimited, and you'll put your markup on here. And Go High Level gives me a cut of that 97. They give me 40%. And so Tristan, if you'll put my code in and just enable it um, for one sub account, then I didn't even know you could edit that and enable it for one sub account, then I'll give you access.
Okay, yeah, I'm checking it right now. And sorry, you can continue. I'll take a look at this to kind of see.
I think I covered most of what I was thinking about covering on the masterclass page. Let me see. Does anybody like need help with done for you fulfillment or for their agency or help with their small business? Because if there is anyone, I can get you guys into a one-on-one with me later. And the best thing to do, if you're one of those people, or if you want help getting onboarded into the community, even just doing the AI employee or whatever it is, um, just grab a one-on-one spot on that calendar link I dropped, and then that's what I was trying to find. Yeah, I think I've covered everything, ladies and gentlemen. So if there's anything else that anybody has a question on, I'm happy to cover it. And I'll be back here on Tuesday. I'm here every week. I'm sure you guys have been getting my texts. Um, but if nobody has questions, we are ready to call it pretty much a little early today. Um, was this valuable to everybody, to anybody? Is there anything extra I can show you guys to be helpful? I guess that's a good thing if nobody's got questions. So, guys, grab a time if you want. I'm about to go ahead and end the meeting. Tristan, I'm excited to speak with you later on. Just grab a time for Monday, if you don't mind.
Are you working tomorrow, Rob? Or Monday? It's the best time.
Monday's the best time. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Is that Jerry?
Okay, I was gonna say thank you, man.
You're
I'll
welcome.
I'll reach out. Where did you say you shared your calendar?
Yes. I'll share it one more time. But yeah,
Is it the
Jerry, I'd
cat?
love. Was that Lance or was that Jerry?
That's me. That's Lance.
That's Lance. Well, yeah, guys, the calendar's right there at the bottom, and I can do Monday at the earliest. I'd say I'm about to cut off for the day and enjoy my weekend after this. But thank you all for coming, and looking forward to seeing you guys on the one-on-ones. If for some reason you didn't get the link, just shoot me a message and just reply to the same place where you booked today, and I'll get you taken care of with whatever you need. Adios, amigos. Thank you, guys.